And welcome to the Huddle. I'm Nick DiMartino.
And I'm Paul Lombardi.
I'm Sean Ward.
And I'm Nick DiMartino.
Thanks for tuning into our Thanksgiving special edition.
And I'm Nick Triano.
Thanks for tuning into our Super Bowl edition of the show.
I'm Jack Sullivan.
And I'm Nick DiMartino.
Thanks for tuning in.
But the best part of this game is the fact that Josh Norman, of all people, ended up picking off Cam Newton. To me, this is so ironic because back in February of 2016, right after Super Bowl 50, I was blocked on Twitter by a few Carolina Panthers fans for making fun of Josh Norman. Oh, the irony. The Redskins defeated the Panthers 23-17. Both teams are now 3-2.
I'm surprised you don't get blocked on Twitter more.
I probably deserve to.
Who else has blocked you?
Richard Sherman and Bino Udrih.
My God. A battle between two of the AFC's best. The 5-0 Chiefs head to Gillette to take on the 3-2 Pats.
Don't take this too seriously, man. It's just a sports segment.
All right, my bad.
It is your bad.
All right, so how far back are we turning back the clock?
Well, Nick, I'm glad you asked. We're going back to a game in 2006 when the Chicago Bears made one of the most memorable comebacks in the history of Monday Night Football. The game, if you remember, looked to be a mismatch. The Chicago Bears were 5-0 while the Cardinals were 1-4. On paper, this should have been a blowout win by the Chicago Bears. But as it turned out in the beginning, it went the other way. The Cardinals raced out to an early 14-0 lead thanks to two touchdowns passes from Matt Leinart, one to Bryant Johnson and the other to Anquan Bolden. And the Chicago Bears hold on for a comeback win in Monday Night Football.
And what did Dennis Green do?
He went on probably his most famous tirade of all time as he shouted,
"The Bears are who we thought they were."
One game that really caught my attention in Week 11 was definitely the Saints-Eagles game. The Saints welcomed the Eagles to the Superdome on Sunday, looking to continue to score in bunches as they have been doing all year long. History repeated itself as Drew Brees and company once again lit up the scoreboard, defeating the Birds 48-7. Brees continued to make his case for MVP, passing for 363 yards and 4 touchdowns as the Saints won their 9th game in a row. How are you doing today, Hank?
I'm doing fine, but I'm unfortunately a little hungry right now.
A little hungry. I'm sorry to hear that, Hank.
Well, you should be. I wanted to have a Thanksgiving plate right now and go to town on it. But anyways, are you ready to do some time traveling with me?
Of course. How far are we turning back the clock? You know we have a lot to talk about. We got Thanksgiving Day games. This is the Thanksgiving Day special, big edition of the show.
Oh, well, tell me something I don't know.
Yeah, all right, easy.
All right. Anyway, Sean, we actually aren't setting the hanky clock too far back. We're only going back to 2012's Turkey Day. And I know you remember this game vividly as you are a diehard Jet fan because this was the game where the Jets were head-butted, or should I say butt-headed, by the Patriots. The Jets would find, well, the Jets, though, don't worry, they would score, but unfortunately we know it was too little too late, as it was 35-3 at the half. And in the second half, really there wasn't much else. The Jets did a little bit better, but it was too little too late.
Yep.
The Patriots wound up winning the game by a final score of 49-19.
Hank, where did you get, what is that? Where did you get that?
Oh, well, Uber Eats, but apparently I tried to order a cheeseburger, you know, for merit, but instead, I guess you could safely say it's an early Thanksgiving miracle. You got any hot mustard, by the way?
Yeah, because I carry around hot mustard in my pocket when we're doing our senior project, and you're just munching on a turkey wing. Unbelievable. Hold on, actually, I might have here's a little mustard. Yeah, there I do have some.
Thanks.
Had some left over. All right, Hank. Thank you for turning back the clock with us. When we get back, Nick is going to serve up a platter of his gambling advice that you can share with your family and friends during your Thanksgiving break. Stay tuned.
Wait, what is this yellow mustard? I said hot mustard.
I don't carry hot mustard. Who carries hot mustard around?
Rams and Saints causes yet another major controversy in the world of NFL football, which I'm happy about because controversy is fun. Let's get two things out the way. Yes, the Saints clearly got screwed on that no call. It may have been the worst no call I've ever seen as a sports fan. And as a fan, you're not going to act rationally. I get it. That being said, how stupid do Saints fans have to be to not realize that their team completely blew the game?
How are you doing today, Hank?
I'm doing excellent, T. I mean, the Super Bowl's this Sunday.
Wow, man. How much coffee did you have this morning?
I don't drink coffee anymore. It gives me heartburn. I just had a couple chicken wings for breakfast, but I'm saving the rest for this Sunday.
I think it's safe to say that you are really looking forward to this game.
Yeah, well, I mean, every time the Patriots are in it, we usually see a good game. But you know what? Even if this isn't a great game, I still get to pig out on those wings.
Of course you will. Of course you will. So how far back are we traveling today?
Well, T, we're actually going to make a few trips. We're going to do something that's totally different today.
Like what?
Instead of doing just one game, I'm going to rank my top 5 Super Bowls that I've ever watched. We're going to spice things up a little, just like the seasoning I put on my wings.
All right, Hank, let's relax with the wings and let's just start off with the 5th best Super Bowl in your opinion.
This is my segment. But yeah, for my 5th greatest Super Bowl I've ever watched, we're going to start off with one where a star was born. Rookie Tom Brady and the underdog Patriots would go up against the greatest show on turf, the St. Louis Rams led by Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk, Isaac Bruce, and Torrey Holt. What kind of defense was going to stop that team? Well, apparently the Patriots had an answer for them, at least for the first 3 quarters. They raced out to a 17-3 lead. There was plenty of time for the Seahawks to mount a game-winning drive. And it looked like that was going to happen as Russell Wilson threw a pass that Jermaine Kearse nearly bobbled, but he somehow caught at the 5-yard line. And the Seahawks were driving down the field. Marshawn Lynch has the ball, but he's tackled right at the 1-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. The Seahawks have the ball. You would think that the obvious pass decision would be to give the ball to Marshawn Lynch. But no, Russell Wilson throws a pass. But then inexplicably, he threw a pick right into the hands of Malcolm Butler, sealing the deal, giving the Patriots their 4th Super Bowl. Final score, New England 28, Seattle 24. Fitzgerald would give the Cardinals a 23-20 lead. But the Steelers would not give up yet. They had Big Ben, and he would lead them on a big touchdown drive with a pass to Santonio Holmes, who just barely caught it in the end zone. He kept his feet in bounds, and the Steelers took a 27-3 lead. But the Cardinals, one more chance left. They were trying to drive, but then a fumble, Steelers get the ball back, and that would be the game. Final score, Pittsburgh 27, Arizona 23, on a score from Zach Ertz. But given that Tom Brady had the ball, being down by 5, you would think that New England was going to win this. But no, as Tom Brady dropped back to pass, Derek Barnett forced a fumble that was recovered by Brandon Graham, and as the Eagles picked up 3 more points, their last attempt at a Hail Mary would fall just short, as the Philadelphia Eagles somehow shocked the world by winning by a score of 41-33. He throws it deep down the middle. Rodney Harrison, he's covering David Tyree. But no, Tyree jumps up. He catches it. He gruffs the football to his helmet. It is a first down for the Giants. A few plays later, Eli drops back. He sees a wide open Plaxico Burress in the end zone for a touchdown. 17-14, the Giants take the lead. But you still cannot count out the Patriots. Nope. Tom Brady has the ball. He has it, but then he's sacked by Jay Alford. A few plays later, he tries to go for it all. Incomplete. Ball game over, and that is the biggest upset in Super Bowl history. Giants 17, Patriots 14.
He's going to be a great quarterback in Jacksonville. The Jacksonville Jaguars got a great quarterback. But the Eagles, they just gave up their hope.
The
Eagles
also had their 1st-round pick. They traded away their entire potential future for Carson Wentz. Now they should just get rid of him.
Well, how many Super Bowls has Carson Wentz won for him?
Carson Wentz was injured.
Yeah.
There's a good chance he would have won that Super Bowl anyway.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
We don't know that. We can only speculate.
See, that's the attitude I don't like. This is a team production, buddy. There's no I in team.
What? All right, maybe you're right. Okay.
Come on, man. Don't be so serious. It's supposed to be fun.
All right. How far back are we turning the clock?
Man, I thought you'd never ask. Well, Sully, we're going back to 2004 in New York City, where the NFL draft was held. And my goodness, this was a great NFL draft class. And the biggest prospect in that class, you've probably heard of him. He had a brother who was a legendary quarterback and a father who also was pretty good himself. And of course, he broke a lot of records while playing for Ole Miss. I am, of course, talking about Eli Manning. And he was selected number 1 by the San Diego Chargers. However, there was just one small problem. He did not want to play in San Diego. So the Chargers would end up trading him to the Giants for Phillip Rivers, which, if you look back at this trade, it really didn't hurt either of these teams. Both of these quarterbacks turned out to have great careers. Eli won 2 Super Bowls, as we all know, over Tom Brady's New England Patriots. And Phillip Rivers, even though he might not have won a Super Bowl, he had a pretty solid career. And who knows, he might not have had the chance to star for San Diego if Drew Brees didn't get hurt at the end of 2005.
2004 draft. They really had the GOAT in there, you know? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Eli Manning.
Yeah, I was talking about Phillip Rivers.
What?
All right. Looks like we're all out of time here. Hank, thank you for your time.
No problem, Sul. My beard's better than yours.
What?
Oh, no, I just said I'm hungry.
Of course you are. Now, when we get back, Nick will join us once again in the studio as we discuss his picks for the upcoming NFL draft and which team faces the most pressure as we move closer to draft day. Stay tuned.
What are you doing?
Which pick do you think would be the absolutely perfect match but would come unexpectedly?
Dwayne Haskins to the Bengals because he's another. He's an Ohio State guy. He's built like a brick house. He can run, but he's a pro-style quarterback. He has a big arm. He can sling it in cold weather. He'd be a perfect match for the Bengals.
This is our last show for the Huddle, but it's spring now. You know what that means?
It's baseball season.
You got that right. A new sports means a new show. Tune into our new baseball show, The Full Count, where the content is so nasty it can make you strike out looking.
Ah, a little product placement I see. I think I learned about in class with you.
You go to class?
What?
I'm just kidding, Hank. Come on, don't be so serious. It's supposed to be fun.
You know what? You got me there. I deserve that one.
And Hank, my beard is better looking than yours.
Two out, bases empty, and Piazza gets into one to left. Way out of here. 8-3 New York. Here's Aaron Judge with a runner at first. And a draw. Deep left. 2-0 Yankees.
First pitch to Harper, swung on, and that one's hit to the right field, and it's hit well, and that ball is gone. Bryce Harper's first home run as a Philly.
With a swing and a drive to right field. Judge back at the wall, reaches up and makes the catch. He took it back.
Thank you for joining us. I really thank our production staff and crew for producing a great show. Once again, I'm Sean Ward.
Doing here.
Hank, you ruined the intro.
We're trying to thank our production staff.
Hank, I'm just kidding with you, Hank. No, that was perfect. Very good. All right,